All right. Good morning, everyone. I want to have the audience start by closing their eyes. I want to imagine that you're on a family vacation and you're running through like a beach and all of the warm sands rushing in between your toes, and you're laughing with your family, running around looking for cool spots on the ground to try and make sure your feet don't burn. Or maybe you haven't gone on a family vacation like this, and one of your ideal nights is being out with a couple of your best friends, listening to music, screaming the lyrics at each other of your favorite artist while you're like one of the only cars on the road. Now I want you to go ahead and open your eyes to Adley, because nowadays these activities I just mentioned aren't in reality. Right now, as you're hearing this, you're probably locked in your room, as I am right now recording this, knowing that if you go to the grocery store or if you go hang out with any of your friends, that you actually might be at a very high risk and putting your family in danger, because right now, with what's going on, death is simply just waiting patiently at our doorstep. So for many people, the coronavirus is what I'm talking about. The coronavirus crosses their mind countless amounts of times per day. In fact, my survey that I conducted on of my classmates, it showed that 100% of the participants have not only thought about the virus itself, but they've conducted multiple Google searches to try and learn more information about it. So I know that a lot of the people in here are listening to this have information based off of it. However, for those that don't know what the virus going on right now is there's a global pandemic going on right now that's slowly turning our world upside down. It's known as the coronavirus, or SARS-CoV-2 and COVID-19. It's a respiratory infection that is very fatal, as well as it spreads very easily. It's taking over the nation. Our state governors and president are working really hard right now trying to stop the spread of the virus by cutting off certain subsidies, as well as they're trying to make ends meet by fixing certain problems. So I've researched several articles, as well as I've used numerous amounts of articles to broaden my knowledge in general about this topic, not only for the presentation I'm giving, but as for my own knowledge, and I encourage you guys to do the same. But I've also been taking care of myself by self-quarantining, and I'm in my room recording this, taking care of myself in the lockdown. So I believe that I am credible because of all of this. So I plan to share some of this information, and hopefully you can take my word for it. So today I will be explaining as a nation why we need to be serious during this lockdown period until further notice. We need to take it seriously, not only to protect yourself, but those around us. There's many positives and negatives towards it. So I believe it's very important we do stay inside, because it will stop the spread of the virus. It's a great impact on our environment, as well as it is causing us to spend more time with our family. So firstly, I'll be talking about the severity of it and why we need to stay inside because of the stopping of the spread of the virus. So, according to Craig McCool, a member involved with writing the article, How Quickly Does the Coronavirus Actually Spread?, he stated that in Hong Kong, where the virus was at its peak, infected individuals would pass it off at least to 3 others on average. So each time you leave your house, you're capable of making face-to-face interaction, causing that you might be able to contract the virus. So the goal is to try and cut down as much as leaving as you have to, unless it's deemed essential. So according to my survey, just around 7 people that took it believe that they should still be able to go outside, whether it's essential or non-essential. Hypothetically, if each one of those 7 people were to come face-to-face with someone that's infected, according to McCool, they would have caused around 21 new infections. So every time we leave our house, it needs to be justified. It shouldn't solely be based off of I want to see my friends, or I'm bored and I want to get out of the house. I believe this is just selfish, and you shouldn't put yourself or others in danger because of what's going on, just because you need to get out of the house. So then next, I have results based off of Wisconsin. I don't know if you'll be able to see it that well. Oh goodness, it's really not that great. So this is my visual aid. I basically took the worldwide and broke it down from the worldwide to United States to Wisconsin based off of the people that confirmed cases, the recovered, and then deaths. So right now in Wisconsin, this image shows that there's been 6,660, or just around 6,500 confirmed cases with around 300 deaths, exactly 334. The death rate from Wisconsin infections is just around 5.01%, which is still statistically likely that if you were to contract the virus, you would have a high passing rate of like dying from it, basically passing away. So I believe I just wanted to put this into like a picture form and show you like the breakdown of it, because when you think about like, yeah, a lot of people are dying from it, but then when you look at the worldwide and see that 251,000 people have been dying, it's just crazy to think about. It's like almost over a quarter of a million people have died from this virus that's been passing around, but people are still going outside. All right. Another precaution that's been taken to stop the spread of the virus is actually businesses that are not deemed non-essential have been being closed down. Governors from each state have been taking part in what they deem like essential and non-essential, and they've been closing a lot of the non-essential businesses. So an essential business is something that sells food, like a grocery store, or maybe like a Petco where they sell pet products, because both of those are essential to both yours and part of your family, your pet's living. So according to the Washington Post article, Coronavirus Update said that 22 million Americans are now out of work because they've been deemed unessential businesses. And these actions aren't necessarily to take these 22 million people out to help the economy. It's so that there's less face-to-face activity between individuals. So another reason we need to try and stay inside during this lockdown is actually benefiting towards the environment. Not only does it help stop the spread of the virus, but according to the World Economic Forum's journal writer Paul Monks, he stated that the non-essential businesses shutting down actually helped carbon emissions drop 60%, which is insane because next, according to the WHO or World Health Organization, around 3 million lives are lost each year due to unclean and unsanitary air. And Paul Monks, he's great at statistics and has like a PhD in stats. He predicted that around 37% or 1.1 million of these people would end up keeping their lives and their families due to the safer air and less air pollution. Additionally, it also helps the environment based off of, like it says from natgeowild.com, animal diversity has been at an all-time high right now. And they gave an example of the sea turtles, because sea turtles are hunted and fished very much so, and like poached. So an article was published on their front page and it linked the extinction rates between the years, and due to the coronavirus it showed that they're at an all-time high in population. It's close to 2012, which was like their boom year. Like it was pretty like crazy to read about. I suggest checking that out if you're interested. It's Nat Geo Wild. Many people disagree with the idea of the stay-at-home order, stating that they're missing out on valuable time of their life. I'm a total believer in the fact that time is money. However, I don't believe you're really missing out on much, because a lot of people are complaining that they're missing out on work, but I mean, the government has been trying to make moves by allowing subsidies to be allowed to go into your account, so like you can stay at home and still earn a slight income from unemployment. And what this is actually doing is just allowing you to spend more time with your family and bond more. So yeah, I believe you're missing out on work time, but not necessarily family time. According to the survey conducted by NSSPC, it actually shows that 71% of Americans are actually spending more time with their family during this time, so I know I'm not the only one. By doing this, we're able to connect with our loving family more and have more quality time, because they're not going to be here forever, especially if we don't stop the spread of the virus. Then it might just cut the time down. So what's in it for you guys? I believe that you're going to be bonding more with your family. we're going to have safer air, and we're going to be able to enjoy the summers more because of climate change is going to be affected because of all of the companies being shut down, as well as you're simply not going to be getting sick and having a chance to possibly pass from the sickness going around right now. So I focused on a few different points in the beginning. I focused on why the stopping of the spread is very important from us staying in. I also stated that it's very essential to our environment, as well as I mentioned about the family time and the counter argument to people saying that you're losing out on certain time out of your life because you're not making money. And I agree. However, like I said, you're missing out on work time, not family time. So with all of this being said, we're only on this lovely planet for a limited time. So together we need to try and protect not only ourselves, but humanity we need to try and protect. We need to protect the planet and the wonderful species that have joined us by making it call their home. Like all the species have been calling this place home. It's not just us. So yeah, we're looking out for ourselves by not getting the virus. However, us staying inside is helping them too because it's also their home. We need to try and let others see the importance of staying inside so they don't go out as much and put themselves and others in danger. So what are we going, I don't understand that, what we're going out for so often is that it's so important to find. Is there more in life than just, family time? Or is there more to life than just the thought of being alive? Or, is there more? I'm just confused. Thank you.